Boy, oh boy, boys and girls, men and women in the ordinal industry, the BRC20, the runes industries, guys, we need to talk about this, okay? Today's going to be a very special show. I got a very, very cool treat for each and every one of you. We're going to be talking about Ordinals bots and the greed and the corporate culture behind them, because you are being raped and you don't even know it. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one.
Francis Dhun, uncensored.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. You know, this has been bothering me for a few months now, like about maybe 7-8 months. And I said, you know what, I'll put this to the back of my head until the right moment and time. And let me tell you, right now is the right moment and time to speak about Ordinals bot and the BS that's been going on. As I said, your ass is being raped and you don't even know it. Imagine that. Imagine being raped and not even knowing that you're being raped. Like you're maybe sleeping and then you wake up and you're like, oh, why is my butt hurt? Right? It's all sore and shit. Well, that's what's happening to most of you guys. You're being raped and you don't even know it. I'm going to explain to you guys. And there's so many different things here with these guys. Ordinals bot, that is. I don't even know where to begin. Do we talk about, you know, how much they charge people? Do we talk about the rare sat? Bro, it's borderline criminal. Let me tell you, bro. It's brutal. It's shameless, that's for sure. Okay? It's definitely shameless. And there's about 5 key points. A couple of them are super important, you know, depending on your perspective. But I have to show you this, and enough is enough. So before we do start this live stream, we should be on YouTube and also Twitter. Do smash the like buttons. You could also chat in Twitter, by the way. If you go on over to my page, which you might be on right now already, instead of clicking on the video, I want you to click on the description. If you're a verified blue checkmark person on Twitter, you'll be able to, you know, indulge in the live chat there. I'm trying to figure out on how I can fix that for everyone. Still haven't got around that just yet. Okay, guys? So let me just confirm a few things here. Okay, we got some people in the live chat. Trust me, y'all in for a good one. YouTube. Let me see Twitter. What's going on over on Twitter? All right. Yeah, we got some viewers on Twitter as well. Thank you guys so much for joining. And let me tell you, we're about to drop that real alpha. That alpha that maybe too many people are afraid to talk about. But you know, we do it over here on the Uncensored channel. We don't give a shite. So let's get right on with the program. Okay. Ordinals bot, where should I begin? Okay, let's actually start with their equity, which I don't really even have a problem with. Ordinals bot, maybe it's not too known, they actually raised money via equity, right? So investors will come up to them, they'll get a shares in the company. That's fine, I don't have a problem with that. Many people are unaware of this, but there is about $1 million in the equity round, okay? Some people will be saying, well, what's the problem with that? Others will be like, okay, yeah, I get that. For me, I don't really care about this particular thing, but I wanted to just like underscore here that they're well funded, okay? They're well funded, right? So there is, I think this says $1 million. I think it went up a little bit more after this in their seed round. And there are some notable investors, you know, you go Lightning Ventures, you go Bitcoin Magazine, UTXO Management, etc., etc. But when you look at a platform like, say, sathunter.com, which is the world's first ever public inscription tool to have a native utility token, okay, which is the Shin token. And as a matter of fact, it goes deeper than that. It's the first ever utility token on Bitcoin, which Ordinals bot is claiming that they are doing. And we're going to get to that. That's probably our 4th point, okay, shortly. It's a little bit different here, right? Because this is something that you could come here again, right? Runes, rare sats, files, whatever. The whole 9 yards. Any asset on Bitcoin you could create over here. Okay, with BRC20 tokens you could use as the form of payment, which is our own Shint. This was off the back of my own success, meaning I used my own hard-earned money that I've made in crypto in the past 7 years to build something like this without caring about any kind of pre-sale, without caring about any kind of like equity. Actually was approached by a couple of people, you know, that are known. If you, well, you know, probably not known to the everyday user or retailer like yourself, but they're known to, you know, guys in, you know, in the space like myself. They approached me. We didn't need it, right? Fine, fair, no problem. Equity is equity. If you could get it, go ahead. Okay. But where it really hurts, guys, is when it comes down to their fees. And I'm going to show you a live example of this. And this is very important because this is now indicative of your profits. This is where everybody should care. Nobody cares about the equity, whatever. If they want to be like a corporation and it's all business, I personally really don't have a problem with that. I just wanted to bring to your attention, though, they're well funded. Now, their fees are where you should be concerned because now this cuts into your profits. And this is why if you're on YouTube, you'll see the thumbnail says 10x or 100x. What do you want? 20x or 80x, right? This is what we're getting to. And they are 2.5 times more expensive. And some people might be like, well, 2.5 times more expensive. What's wrong with that? I don't care. That's not much. I'll pay it. This is a difference between you, okay, 2.5x, when that particular token goes up in value that you minted or etched or whatever. That's a difference of you leaving your 9-to-5 job and taking orders from Bob or doing your own damn thing every single day. That's the difference of you actually making generational wealth. And please, I could show you better than I could tell you. So allow me to show you this, please, okay? So we're going to do 2 examples here, okay, with the good old BRC20 tokens, which I am going to have to, actually, let me go on this side here. This one's already open, okay? And I know I'm partially blocking it, but let's pretend we want to mint a ticker called TTTT, okay? This is 1,000 units, and we're going to go 100 bulk, okay? And I'm going to plug in these same exact pieces of information in Ordinals Bot to show you what I mean. Okay, cool. Let's continue. Oh, I got to go back here. BRC20, let's do that again. So we'll go deploy, mint TTTT. We'll go 1,000, right? Like that. Okay, there we go. I am going to put in a custom fee of 100, okay? This is a SAT-VB, and we're also going to plug in those same figures over there. As you can see right there, you can pay with the Shint token. Ironically, they came out with an announcement saying they got a token too that you could pay for discount, right? They don't call me a trendsetter for no reason, bro. Believe you me, that's why my investment company is literally called Trendsetter Ventures. Okay, so as we come down here, we're going to see the total sats this will cost me, but I actually want to open up the total spend in my Unisat wallet, okay, guys? So everybody, please pay attention to this figure here, okay? And I've written this down on a notepad. This is very important. Please pay attention if you want to know how to make money, okay? And by knowing which platform to frickin' use. As I said, your ass is being raped and you don't even know it, bro. That's why you're waking up sore every day and your bum is sore and you don't know why. Okay? So just keep this number written down somewhere. Now I'm going to plug in the same exact figures over here. Once again, the ticker was TTT. T4, right? The amount was 1,000 and we're doing this 100 times. So I got to scale that all the way up, right? So far, so good. Next. Let's go next. All right, so our SAT-VB was 100. We want to keep it consistent. I got to drop an address there, which I'll do. So this right here is not even the total spend, okay? So this is not the correct figure. Let's go. Actually, it might be, actually. Let's go like this. Submit and pay. And right there. Yeah, so it is. It looks like it was the same figure. So this is their price. 0.051291. Ladies and gentlemen, are you following? I'm showing you an example. If you wanted to mint a token, right? In this case, it's BRC20. It could be runes as well, right? And we're plugging in the same exact metrics to see what the price is for the same exact product, right? So that's the figure we have there. Allow me now to open up my little notepad here, okay? And I'll share my screen like that. Cool. So, as I just showed you, minting 100,000 TTT tokens, which cost, and you guys saw yourself, 0.0205 sats, or $1,386 on the SatHunter platform, equates to 0.013 cents per token. Guys, this is going to hit you hard. Just pay attention. Divide the total amount of tokens by the total amount in fees to get the per token price in USD, which we just did. This is the total amount of fees, as you saw, right, in USD, divided by 100,000 tokens, because we did 1,000 times 100, right, which was a bulk order. So 100,000 tokens, we get that figure. Now, on Ordinals Bot, we put in the same exact info, 100,000 of the TTTT tokens, right, cost you saw for yourself in real time, and you can go ahead and check it out. This is a live stream. I can't edit any figures in the post-edit. 0.05129 sats, or 3,470 US dollars roughly. You could go to any SAT to USD converter and you should get those figures. Now, when you do the math on that, it comes down to 0.034 cents per token. How do we get that? Simple. We divide, right, the total in fees by the total amount of tokens, and that'll give us the price per token. Very simple, super easy math. 0.034 per token. That is a 2.5x difference. This is where it's going to get mind-blowing. 2.5x difference at the minting phase, which means what? How do we figure that out? Well, we divide the two. 0.034 cents divided by the price per token on our platform is 2.5x difference. Now, this is where it really hits hard, guys. As we come down here, if token TTT performs well, right, in the market and reaches $1 per token on the Sat Hunter platform, okay, minters are sitting at 77x. So $1 divided by 0.013 equals 77x. That's what you can see behind my little video pip screen there. This is a huge difference to Ordinals Bot, which are sitting at a lousy 29x, because $1 divided by their price per token is 0.034 cents, which is 29x. Again, I'll repeat that. If you were to use Sat Hunter platform and that token, that same token that you just inscribed or minted went to $1, you are at a 77x. But if you were to use, mint that same token on Ordinals Bot with the same SAT VB and everything, you are only at a 29x, bro. Again, this is the difference of you quitting your day job or sticking to your day job. That is more than double in the Xer. 30 times 2 is 60. This is 77x. You get an extra 17x on top of that, top of the double. This is the shit we're talking about. So when you look at 2.5, you're like, that doesn't seem that bad. But as the token grows, right, it's almost like the law of diminishing returns. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say here is, the value speaks for itself. What's in it for the end user? What's in it for you? That's what's in it for you. The difference of making an extra 40-something X compared to just a lousy, leaving food on the table. That's a big deal. If we're talking about gains, and we're talking about making money, and we're talking about why we get into these tokens is to make money, bro, you might want to consider using the right freaking platform. See what I'm saying? Let me just shift this over here, and let's go on to my next point. And by the way, that was a massive point. But if that didn't get you to say, what the hell's going on here? Like, I don't care about the equity. I see where you're coming from, but I can live with that. I don't know who would want to live with that. Like, I got kids, and again, when diapers are on sale, I go to a different place, right? Whoever has it on sale. I'm getting the same exact make, the same exact product, the same exact material for a much cheaper price. I'm going to go there and buy them diapers, all right? So we went over the whole equity, no problem. Went over the service fees, which is indicative of you making gains or not. Huge problem. Let's talk about their token right here. So this token right here, it's called Trio. Okay? Trio is a token that they conducted a pre-sale for. A pre-sale. Would you believe this? And that's fine. As I said, I'm okay with the pre-sale culture here, But when you're coming from a company that made a shit ton, about $4 million in fees over the course of the year. They got equity. That says $1 million, right? I think it's more than that from the seed round. You're talking about they're already, have millions in the piggy bank. Now they come with a BRC20 token and they're running a pre-sale. That's where it gets a little bit weird and different, right? That's where the ethics comes into place. And they conducted this pre-sale token. And when I first heard about this, okay, I told my team, I said, I guarantee you, they're going to copy exactly what we did. And they're going to call this shit a payment discount fucking token as the first utility token. And sure enough, they did. And again, I didn't feel the need to even make this video because there were so many things that already mounted. But when this dropped, I was like, bah, here we go. Like, it's almost like the crypto gods are telling me, boy, you got to get the, voice your opinion on this now, bro. This is the nail, the hammer, the nail in the coffin, so to speak, right? So let's carry on with this pre-sale. And why is this big? Look at this. So about $4.5 million in funding. So this is Trio, the token, backed by top-tier investors such as DAA CM, Eden Block, etc., etc. Ordinals Bot has raised over 4.5 million. Okay, so now they have 4.5 million, and maybe the 1 million from the seed round is part of this, and they generated so much money, millions in fees. They even said this themselves. I think it's over $3 million in service fees over the year. This token came after that. Okay, a man like me, what did I do? Off the back of my own success, I built this thing. Right? Let's carry on over here. Now check this out. 33.8% allocated to insiders. Team insiders. At least they're honest. A lot of insider shit going on in this, this whole little crew, if you know what I mean. You guys know the crew. If you don't know by now, you ain't paying attention. You ain't really researching hard enough. But team advisors, investors with 19-month weighted. Okay, cool. That's fair. 28.2% allocated to treasury, with a portion controlled by community governance. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, did they ever fuck up with that one. Most treasuries are just scams for the people who are launching the pre-sale to have a place to go and dip back in to get more tokens. It's pretty much just another team allocation. Anybody in the game will tell you this if they want to be honest with you. If they want to be honest with you, that's exactly what they'll tell you. A treasury that's a part of a pre-sale token economics is never a good thing. Okay? So they got 28%, 28.2%. They got a chunk out of this 33% as well. Not good. Okay? And it goes on. And here it is. And everybody wait for it. Token pay will enable trio holders that use Ordinals Bot services to pay for inscriptions, mints, or other activities executed on Ordinals Bot at a discounted price compared to paying with BTC. Let me tell you something right now. Please allow me to sip this because it's getting cold. If I was to make and record my favorite turkey breast sandwich with honey mustard and lettuce and tomatoes, and then upload that video to YouTube, believe you me, other motherfuckers are going to do the same thing, make that same sandwich, and upload that shit to YouTube or something, or copy that. And this is another example of this. They'll make that same sandwich and call it theirs. Okay? So, here we go with the part that really hits home with me. This is literally exactly what we did. Literally exactly what we did. Okay, Ordinals Bot at the discounted price, comparing with BTC. Okay? Right here. Right? This came out, where is this post on this article here? But I'll show you something in a bit right here. Yeah, you could see it here on the chart. So according to CoinGecko, it went live on April 15th, maybe just slightly before, because sometimes they get a little bit late. But they were quick to list it here. If you come to if you're watching me on Twitter, you should see this already. But right here, my pinned tweet that was on February 16th. This is when we officially went live, okay, with this platform. I'm thrilled to announce the launch of satoshis.com, the first public inscription tool powered by BRC20 tokens, Ordinals, Bitcoin, and soon runes. So this is the platform now that allows you to do all the things that they're claiming to be first of. So again, this is even about me and my, beef here. This is part of the bigger picture, right? And we're getting to the worst very soon. Believe me. You might pop a vein in your eye when you hear the last point here. But let's carry on. So again, I just showed you we predated them. Where value meets utility in every inscription, and we're very proud of that. You know why? Because there's a lot of value here. There's not one lick of value using Ordinals Bot for the end user. You got 3 times the fees pretty much, or 2.5, which is now cutting into your profit margins. You got guys who are running pre-sales for $4 million for a token, where Sat Hunter, what do? Y'all have to mint that on-chain. You paid the miners for that token. You didn't pay the people who created the token or deployed it. That's going to the miners. Fair launch. What did we do? And I can show you the videos. The team actually waited for it to be 50% minted. Then we went to pay the miners for it too. So the same way you got it, we got it. Damn, I didn't know I could have raised $4 million for that shit. Seems like people don't care about that. But where value meets utility in every inscription, right? Estimated 60% discount when you use this over your Bitcoin. Okay? Shint BRC20 token. SatHunter.com, powered by Shint, SAS Hunters, Ordinals, and Bitcoin. Notice we put that last. The whole essence on why we made this platform is because back, in 2023, there was a lack of utility in Bitcoin, in the BRC20 token niche, right? And we wanted to be the people to press, to set precedents, which we did. And we are the first. Everybody, people know this. You know, I was literally the first one to talk about tokens on Bitcoin on YouTube ever. You're not going to find an older video than mine, right? So my point is, I've been here from the very beginning, and we've been working on this from the very beginning. And to see other mofos come out to pretend like if, you know, oh, look what we did, it's not cool, especially when you're raping people in their sleep, you know, especially when you're gouging them. It's just not cool. Okay, look at this. Shit was a fair mint. No funds were raised, and no VCs. Ordinals Bot can't say the same. And as I said, I'm actually okay with pre-sales if that's what you're going to do. But you already got money, bro. You already got that loot. It's unmistakably clear what your motives are. Okay? The first BRC20 public inscription tool utility token using Shint as a payment, right? You'll get 60% off, and there's an inflationary aspect as well. And we could go on, you know, and I mean, that's the point there. And this is a video. I'm not going to play the video for you. Dated on January 13th of 2024, right? Where I showed you guys. So this is before the actual launch, right? We launched it in about February of this year. But we were leading up to the launch. We were promoting it. We were showing you guys what's happening, how to use it, right? You know, we even had like a private group of testers as well that was doing this in December, January. Then we went live in February, okay? So we've been showing you guys this, and I displayed, as you can see right here. I'll open up a little bit bigger. You can see the Shint tokens right here. That's streamlined, and you're not paying in Bitcoin. So, you know, it just like, maybe because I'm so original and I'm just really a hard worker, and I come with something that people haven't seen before, I value that. You know what I mean? And others, they just don't know how to be original and come with something different. They gotta copy what's out there and just say, we did it first, look at us. And they get all the credit. You know what I mean? I don't know, right? Okay, so let me talk about my other point over here. Wow, okay. So, they are also in the business of rare sats, right? Well, we own sathunter.com. That is like a very key terminology, right, in the industry, especially last year. Obviously, that market doesn't seem to be the same today. Maybe it may come back, maybe not. We offer not just only that, though. Like, literally every single, you know, Bitcoin asset you could think of, art, tokens, runes, BRCs, .sats domains, whatever, and even rare sats. Although the domain name is sathunter.com. But my point is this. The difference between us and them is this. They don't empower you with rare sats because they don't allow you to scan your wallet to find an uncommon sat or a block 9, you know, Satoshi Nakamoto sat. They say, hey, motherfucker, come by us, and now you're going to have to buy it from us. We don't want to empower you. We don't want you to have the ability to buy this on your own. We want you to have the ability to come through us every single time you want a rare sat. Although you might already have the most valuable sat sitting in your own wallet right now, unknowingly, you got to come to us to buy that. Because we don't want to give you the fishing rod to catch your own fish, to slap into the oven, put some tomato juice on that shit, and some nice oregano Italian seasoning. You got to come to us whenever you want to eat, is what they're pretty much saying here. Now, the difference between sathunter.com is what? Well, we actually allow you to scan your own damn address, right? And I'll actually show you guys that right now if this wallet's connected. Right here. We give you the ability to find your own damn rare sats. You plug in your wallet, you click rare sats, you come down over here, you see what rare sats you got, and you could actually go ahead and inscribe. Unfortunately, this wallet doesn't have any. But if it did, I'll say 1 here. I click on that, I go to inscribe, and I could go sell it on the market and take home all the profits and be my own Ordinals Bot. Where value meets utility in every inscription. Can you feel me? So we are not in the business of selling you rare sats. We are in the business, which is part of our business, of you finding your own shit and you selling your own shit to get the markup. Clear difference. Now, I gotta be honest here. If you're still here watching this live stream, or maybe you're watching the replay, do me a favor, smash the like button. Do me a favor and pay attention here and be focused, because this is where it gets very fucking crazy. If those 3 or 4 things didn't open up your eyeballs and your mouth in shock, I think this very well might do the job. And I might give you about 10 seconds to pick your jaw up from the floor when it hits the floor. Because this one is just downright embarrassing and greedy. Okay? So, let me get to that right now. as I put this up over here. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was this. Okay. So, where do they get their rare sats from? Where do Ordinals Bot get their rare sats from? Bro, these mans got no shame. Check this shit out. Let me show this. Let's pretend, I don't know, I wanted to fucking inscribe this thumbnail. I'll choose this thumbnail. Okay, put that in. Cool. Oh, look at this. What rare sat would you like? Would you like an uncommon? Let's use an uncommon here in this example. Sure, I want an uncommon. Hey, I'll give you this. Let's go with the normal sat VB. Now look at their price chart. So their service fee is 9,000 satoshis, right? Since I've chosen a rare sat uncommon that they have there, I can inscribe that onto this, which is charging me $135, right? Or what is that? 200,000 sats. Oh, fuck. Yeah, 200,000 sats, right? You see that special sat is the uncommon. They're charging me $135, 200,000 sats. No problem. Again, if I didn't want to inscribe on that rare sat, it will only be 9,000 sats within the service fee. Do you know how they got those rare sats? So, again, 9,000 sats for regular service fees. Every time you come here to inscribe your art, to inscribe runes or whatever the fuck you do, BRC20 tokens, right, whatever it was, this 9,000 sats that they're getting from that service fees contained rare sats that came from your wallet that they then discovered when you paid, right, in the service fee in sats. And they kept it, and now these motherfuckers are selling it back to you right now for about $135. At the time, back then when it was bullish, it was $400, $500, $600, and in instances, $1,200, depending if it was from like 2010, 2011. So they are reselling you your own rare sats that you paid with to inscribe on their platform. Just think about that for a second. And you're probably saying, well, that sounds like a good conspiracy, Francis. How do you know that? You want to know how I know that? Well, let's hear from the horse's mouth himself.
But I want to talk about rare sats, and we're going to tie this back together. So, Bruff, starting with you, how do rare sats potentially drive demand for Ordinals or for Bitcoin? What do people use them for? How is it created interesting features for you at Ordinals Bot, for example?
So at the very beginning in February, when I kind of dove down the rabbit hole, I really bought into this as well. I thought it's adding an extra layer on top of not only are these things special because they're on Bitcoin, but now we're adding this layer of extra value on top because they're rare essentially, and it's really tied into Bitcoin and the fact that an uncommon is basically the first sat that's mined in a block. And when we launched Ordinals Bot, obviously we take Bitcoin payments. So we've got this inflow of Bitcoin coming in, and we essentially put this sat panner in front of that inflow, and we've now been panning and searching for these special sats, and we've been hoarding them since February. And then we launched basically the ability to inscribe directly on them. Again, trying to make it really easy for people. So like when you drag and drop that file on, if you want to inscribe it on an uncommon, you literally just click the button, and then we'll use our stock and we'll inscribe it onto it. And when we launched Ordinals Bot, obviously we take Bitcoin payments. So we've got this inflow of Bitcoin coming in, and we essentially put this sat panner in front of that inflow, and we've now been panning and searching for these special sats, and we've been hoarding them since February. And then we launched basically the ability to inscribe directly on them. Again,
Well, you just heard it from the, I don't know, I think he's the founder or CEO of Ordinals Bot. He says that we charge in satoshis, essentially. This is what he's saying. Go check it out. All right, I can play it one more time. That's why I repeated that segment for you. We charge in satoshis, and what we did was we had this panel. When you're looking for like gold and shit, you'll have the panel, and you dust it out, and then the gold remains. And then we filter that out, and then we sold it back, is what he just said. He literally just said that, bro, sitting there on that damn stage. It's like, do I even have to say anything anymore? So if the previous things I brought to your attention, you don't really care about like being shorted on your gains, getting 100x to opposed to like a fucking 20x. If you don't care about the pre-sale token where another platform like us did it in a fair launch, a fair mint, and they already got $4.5 million, if you don't care about them having you go through them to get rare sats and not you selling your own rare sats, and if you don't care about that, bro, you don't even got a pulse. What can I say? If anybody out here, I don't give a fuck who you are recommending Ordinals Bot to you, they do not have you in their best interests. They're either aligned with Ordinals Bot because they're friends, or they have business partnerships together. There's no value here whatsoever, nothing but greed and the corporate culture. And I rest my fucking case. See you guys on the next stream.
Francis Dhun, Uncensored.